Hello everyone, it's your Prince of the motherfucking Saiyans, and today, you know what, it's been a long time since I've done this. We're gonna do a story time with Prince Vegeta. Yes, I haven't done this in a very, very long time. I used to do this, you know, back in the day when I had first started the channel, and I'd done like 3 videos where I did a story time thing where I would talk about what happened in an incident in my life or something real funny that had happened, etc., etc. So I thought, why not talk about Anime Expo and talk about my little fun time in LA? Let's get started with it. So there's a friend, you know, a little relative of Nappa's, who gave me a little ring-a-ding, and he calls me up and he's like, hey man, you know what, we need to go hang. We haven't hung since back in the day on Planet Vegeta. We ain't hung out in a long time, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to Anime Expo, let's get some bitches. And when he says get bitches, he means, you know, those little waifu figurines that you can put in your bag. Let's put your waifus in your bag. Let's go get some winches and whatever. And let's go meet the crew. Let's get everyone together. So I call up, you know, I call up Raditz. He calls up whatever, and Kakarot comes along. We all get together, get on the plane. Everything's happy. Me and Android 18 are on the plane. We're having a fun time. And she's never actually been on a flight before. So she's just looking around like, oh, look at that. That is so cute. She's like a little kid that hasn't seen the fucking daylight ever. She's been locked into like a cave and shit, and this is her first time to ever get out. Like, basically that was 18 in a way, because she was locked in a cave. I feel like that's what was going on here. She had never been on a flight, so she was like, oh, this is so interesting. I've never done this before. And I was like, yeah, I've never done this before either. I've always just flied on my own, you know? So this is a new experience. While on the flight, you know, the hostess gives us little things like, oh, here's some almonds, or here's your drink. Prince, how are you doing? And I'm like, haha, I'm doing very fine, thank you. And when we land, you know, we're getting everything together, we're getting our bags, we're feeling really good, but the wheel on my luggage, you know the luggage with the wheel, it had popped off. Ain't that about a bitch? So I had to drag that shit, which isn't that much of a problem, but it was more so the problem for the bag, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm strong, I got some pecs, I got some strength, but the damn bag is just skidding along like I am dragging Trunks on his newborn ass, just getting a rash and shit. You don't want that. We're looking around, and one thing I hate about airports, and what I hate about this, is getting on the right place where the Uber is. So I call up this Uber, right? I'm calling up the space Uber, whatever. Like, hey man, where you at? And it's always somebody from somebody out of town. You know what I mean? Somebody who doesn't have like an American accent sometimes. Most of the times it is, depending on where you are, right? But in LA, it's just like, hey, what's good, man? Oh yeah, we pick you up in 5 minutes. Don't worry. Meet us on the floor. I'm like, okay, into the floor. All right, cool. So we get there. I'm on the app and shit, and I'm like, okay, this is totally the right place. Oh, it's not the right place. We go up the stairs, and he calls, hey, you're not on the right floor. Go down. I said, we were just on that floor. No, I am down. I said, fuck. So we go back down. There he is. You know, miscommunication. I'm having a Roanoke Zorro moment, okay? Excuse me. I'm turning into Zorro from One Piece. Put our luggage in like, feeling good. We get about an hour drive to our hotel. Me and 18 are just chatting along. We're talking about the size of Krillin's penis. Having a fun time, just chatting and chitting. And we take a little nap, wake up, it's time, here we are. We're at the casino, which is our hotel. Yeah, I know, right? And ironically enough, see, Nappa is very bad at picking out places to stay. And he picked the hotel that's right before you get to the ghetto. Like, you know what's funny about this? It's like right before you get to where all the killings are, right? Like, you're safe here. This is a safe zone, don't get me wrong. But he picked like right there. I feel like he did that shit on purpose. Like, oh yeah, don't watch out, Vegeta. Don't get stabbed. Just don't turn right, go left. So we get into the hotel, we're feeling good. There's people playing poker and shit, all that good stuff. Watch some TV. Get on the PlayStation, have a couple of rounds at Fighters, doing our thing. You know, playing NBA and all that good stuff. Shooting some threes with the vitamin Ds. So, after we do this for a while, we decide, hey, we're here in LA. Let's go party. Let's go to the pre-show. I would recommend this. If you've never been to Anime Expo, you want to get the pre-show if you've never been there, specifically so you know where the building is and you know what's the size of the building. It's more like scouting, right? You're looking at the building, okay, this is the size of the building. This place is here, this place is there. One thing that got me is there was homies coming in with just the 3-day pass without the pre-show badge thing, and they were just getting right in that shit. And I was like, what the fuck? They talk about Anime Expo making a buck. They're like, ha ha ha, you're gonna pay us $25 to get in anyway. But we get there, it's all fine and dandy. We're having a good time looking around. There's a couple people dressed up in the cosplays, you know what I mean? Some sexy bitches, some just regular guys going around. I feel like that was a casual day, though, because it wasn't that many. But we're looking around, we're seeing the booths, we're seeing the maid cafe. And by the way, oh man, the maid cafe, mwah, mwah, mwah. Just the bitches and the bunny outfits. You just say bitches and bunny outfits. I am there. Have no fear. The vitamin D is here. I will be there. But they were all there. We saw those girls and it was like, oh yes, oh, fucking marvelous. I love drinking tea with some bunny bitches, okay? That is my fucking heaven. All right? No trunks, just bunny bitches and tea. I am good to go. But anyway, we leave from there and we start looking. We're looking around, you know. We're seeing all the different cosplayers. We see Naruto Uzumaki. We see fucking Edward Elric. I see, god damn it, you won't believe it. I saw Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho and shit. I was like, Hiei, what are you doing here? This guy's shorter than I am. I don't know if he's shorter than Ed. You know, they're about the same height. I would assume with his hairstyle, he gets a little bit of a height difference because of his hair. And I also met the Team 4-star version of me, Lanny Pator. That was a pretty cool, interesting experience. Just being in his, presence for a bit and us kind of associating and talking. And I talked to Team 4-star Nappa. Yeah, that was an experience, all right? That was something. I feel like, ironically enough, it felt like me and him had been friends for years. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, it felt like that. It felt like, wow, you know what? I was probably friends with you in a second life. After that was all said and done that day, we went back home, got some Z's, went back to the next day. We kind of went there, and the crowds were insane. They had Kingdom Hearts 3. They had the Jump Force game. I got to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but I didn't get to record the footage because my friend wasn't with me. So unfortunately, I couldn't upload that gameplay, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is amazing. I actually got to play the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo with Afro Sinju. It was fucking amazing. Oh man, we had some fun with that, but it glitched out on us, and it didn't glitch out on anyone else that entire time there, but it glitched out on us. And talk about me and him being just distraught and angry. We're like, what? The glitches, why? Why? This is not okay, you know? So after that day, I thought, oh man, this con's amazing. The crowds were insane, but it was amazing, right? I'm just like, come on, this is gonna be great. So the next night, that night actually, we decide, hey, you know what? Me, 18, Slick Kakarot, and everybody, we're like, you know what? Let's go karaoke, baby. Time to karaoke. So I'm like, all right, we're going there. And we go to 18 and her friends. 18 has some friends and shit. So we get there, 18's friends are singing. They're like, they're singing all these songs, but they're singing so off note. Everybody in the room was shit-faced drunk. But they were singing, oh, I don't know what the fuck they were singing, but they were singing shit, singing and bop, bop. And I remember just looking at Slick Kakarot, and he was just looking at me like, please get me the fuck out of here. I can't take this anymore. So I slowly sneak out of the room. Me and Natsu from Fairy Tail, we sneak out and we go in and we're like, you know what? I can't stand to be in there anymore. Let's get some water. Let's get our own room. So we get the own room, and we send one pawn, like our pawn, who's a friend of ours, but we send him to go tell 18, because we're not going to do it. Go tell 18 we got our own room. Tell her she can come to this room if she wants to. We're not going to go back in there. So we get in the room, we're feeling good, and we start doing some rap karaoke and shit, you know what I mean? We're doing the whole Forever. We're doing all these rap songs and all that. We're having a blast, man. 18 eventually comes in there. She starts singing. Napa comes in. He starts singing, Miss Jackson. We're having a blast. And then we end it all off by saying, I just had sex, which was the best song ever. And then we leave. And I think, man, these couple of days in LA has been fabulous. The weather is amazing. The bitches are amazing. The fucking atmosphere is amazing. The greatness of the con is amazing. It can't get bad. This cannot go wrong. Little did I know. So actually, we had two other roommates in our room, me and Slick Kakarot, because this was our room. We had two roommates who were always high at every fucking day. They would go to the dispensary and get that Namekian Kush, oh yeah, the Namekian Kush. It was Cell, obviously. Cell and Piccolo just going, yeah, oh yeah. They were just staring at the fucking TV and shit. Like, what was funny is, we were watching Hellsing Ultimate, right? That's an anime. And this motherfucker, fucking Cell, was staring at the credits. And I don't mean like just looking at it like, oh, that's who plays in it. He was like staring like you had hypnotized his ass. He was just like, oh, the credits. This is my favorite part of the fucking episode. You know what I mean? But, aside from that, when we got home, we would get to the room, they would have the fucking garbage all over the place. There would be pizza boxes, some fucking McDonald's, Frenchy fries all over the place. I was like, what the flying fuck is going on? This shit looked like a dormitory. It was unnecessary. Me and Slick Kakarot were like, okay, this is some bullshit. We had to actually look. Because there were no garbage cans in this hotel room. I don't know why. So we would have to get room service to come up when they would clean and just take it away. We had so much trash because of these two motherfuckers. We had to put all our trash in the fucking closet just so it was not in the way. It didn't look so fucking bad. We just closed the closet door and said, let's just put it in the closet. Let them clean out the closet later. You know what I mean? But we wake up the next day and I'm thinking, man, today's going to be a great day. It's Saturday. It's the big day. Big day, right? Fuck yeah. Get there. Saturday starts off with a bit of a fucking rush. I'm down there. I'm fucking pumped. Everyone's around me. We're just excited. There's so many people that I can fucking smell their armpits. It's a little scary. But you know what? I saw Robin from One Piece, so it's okay. After the con, I'm thinking, all right, it's after party day. Because it's time. It's time for the Prince of all the motherfucking Saiyans, the Prince of Privilege, to get down on the dance floor and go bingo bango. You know what I'm saying? So, we get ready for the after party. I put on my aftershave. I shave my mustache. I make sure I'm very nice and clean. I got myself ready. Got suited up. It's time for me to dance. I'm ready. It is time. Get to the party. We get the little stamps in. We're going in. I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is good shit. We're on the dance floor. I get a little drink. We have been there about a total of 5 minutes. I'm getting a little drink. I take about 2 sips of my little drink. And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go dance. So I'm dancing, right? I'm dancing. I'm not doing nothing crazy yet. I'm not doing out the bingo bongo dances yet. I'm just kind of dancing around. I'm having a little fun. I'm doing the up and I don't know what this dance move is, but the one where you put your hand up in the air and you kind of bend your knee. It's called the pump up. I call it the pump up action. I'm doing the pump up shit. I'm getting into it. The girls are dancing, the guys are dancing, we're all dancing. We got that music playing, fam. I ain't ever been in a nightclub like this. There's no air conditioning in this club, by the way, which was a little scary because it was like, okay, I've been in this situation before, the hyperbolic time chamber. This is nothing out of the ordinary. We're dancing around, and then I'm starting to get a little bit creative with my dances now. I'm getting a little warmed up. I'm like, yeah, it's time. It's time for me to do the bingo bango. It's time. It is time. So I'm going around, I'm dancing, I'm lifting my leg up a little bit, and I'm kind of shaking around. I'm doing, yeah, bingo bango. And then all of a sudden, and I don't know why, but my knee, I have my leg up, right? It's up in the air. And I feel my knee do this fucking twist. And as soon as I felt that, I knew that I was fucked. Like, you know what? If you ever had one of those moments where you feel like there should be a slow motion and someone should narrate it and be like, at this moment, Vegeta realized that he fucked up. You know what I mean? I feel like it was one of those moments because I'm in the air. Well, I'm not in the air, but my leg is kind of in the air. I believe it was in the air. Maybe not. Maybe my memory is just faded. But it definitely was in the air by the end of it all. But I do something, right? And I think I made a right turn. And I did nothing crazy. Like, I wasn't, like, going out of this world. I've danced before and I've never had issues. But I moved my leg ever so slightly. And then it just went, pow! Just, bam, bam. It felt like a boom. And I felt like my knee cap had broken and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like it broke. So I feel it twist. And then I fall flat on my back on the fucking dance floor. I knew I was fucked. Now, everyone else is looking at me, right? And they're like, oh, he fell. And they pick me right up. Now, I want you to understand. Imagine you fuck up your knee. What's the last thing you want someone to do right after you fuck up your knee? Pick your ass right up. See, when I told everyone, oh, I fucked up my knee, they took it as, oh, he just fell down on the ground. He fucked up his knee like that, right? Like nothing like he didn't break anything. There's no hemorrhages. He's not swollen. No, I knew I'd fucked up, but see, the other people were like, no, it's all good. They picked me up, and I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. Fuck. So it hurts. It's burning. The pain is indescribable. And I remember this one guy, he's looking at me, it's all good, man. It's all good. No, I fucked up my knee. I fucked it up, man. And he's like, he's not really hearing me. See, I know everybody at this party is pretty much fucked up and, drunk and shit. So I'm like, okay, you guys just don't get it. I'm actually in physical pain. I remember getting bones broken, right? I know what that feels like. 18 does that. So, but anyway, I have the knee problem, so I kind of get my way out of the dance floor, right? I'm doing it one leg. I'm kind of gipping out, and I'm trying to get out there. And I remember some of my friends are coming around like, yo, what's wrong, Vegeta? What's wrong, man? I'm like, oh, shit, man. I fucked up my knee and shit. And I needed to see, it was so dark in there, I couldn't see where to sit down. And I needed to just sit down and straighten my leg. And there was no place to do that. So I then go outside, and outside the club, and I just, get my leg out on the sidewalk. I'm like, okay, here we go. All right, straighten it out. The security comes in, hey, man, what's good, etc., checking me out. Cool dudes. And I said, yo, man, I'm just, trying to chill out. And I go back into, I think after about, 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to go back in, have some fun, because you know what I mean? This is a fun weekend. I don't want to ruin this for myself or anybody else. I want to actually have fun. So I go back into the building, and as I go back in there, just, everyone's dancing, but I can't. I cannot stand up. So I say, okay, there's a seat right here. I'm going to sit here, stretch out my leg, and let it rest. So I stretch out my leg, let it rest a minute. Nope, I was just not going to be able to dance. I tried to fucking willpower this knee into not hurting. I'm like, bitch, you will stop hurting. You will stop. I remember just standing there, sitting there thinking, where the fuck is the bald man with the sensu bean when you need him? Because he was nowhere around this bitch. So at the end of it all, homie, Dende had to help me get the fuck out of there. Dende of all people, because he's the only one not fucking drunk. So Dende takes me out and he puts me back to my hotel room, hooks me up with some ice and shit. So I spend the last day of the convention in the hotel room with ice on my knee. It's fucked up and shit. And then, I'm just thinking to myself, oh. Man, I wasn't even there at that party, literally 10 minutes, and then, bop, that happened. And that's, such a fucked up thing. Can you imagine, wow, Vegeta, you danced so hard, you fucked up your knee. You could really light up the dance floor. But, so I don't know what's wrong with my knee, right? As we were leaving the last day, I'm going back to, Capital Corp. I'm going back home. And, I get back on the plane. And on the way to the Uber, they don't have a wheelchair in this casino, so I had to fucking stand up and walk. And, after I finally get back home, go to the hospital, check it out. This is what's so funny. Is this doctor, right? He said, when I get off, he does an x-ray or some shit. He does something. He checks my knee out, and he says, it's just a sprain. I don't think you tore anything. If your knee's not better within a week, you know what? Maybe go see a specialist. But it's just a sprain. It's definitely a sprain. You didn't break anything. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank fucking God. You know what I mean? I didn't break anything. Cool. So, I come back. I try to do a couple videos here and there for you guys. And a week goes by. It's better, but I still want to get it checked by my regular doctor, right? So I go to my regular doctor, and he checks it out. He's like, I think you might have a torn ACL. I'm like, what? A torn ACL? the hell? Like, this is not what the other guy said at all. This is like night and day. And I'm like, I've never had a, look, real shit, like character removed. I've played football, all kinds of sports throughout my life in terms of high school and all that. Never in my life have I ever had a torn ACL or any kind of injury. For me to get an injury just dancing and slightly moving to the right or whatever the fuck I did is stupid, man. It's like, what? See, now, other people at that dance floor, just to clarify, said it looked like I slipped on something. But I don't remember slipping on anything. I just remember my knee doing some weird shit. I'm waiting on an MRI. I'm gonna have to wait next month to actually find out if it's a torn ACL. If it's a torn ACL, I'm gonna be in some shit. I pulled a Derrick Rose, man. Pulled some Derrick Rose shit. It's crazy. That con was amazing, but it also ended in disaster for me. So it was like, I had so much fun, but the knee just... You know what? I feel like that Skyrim meme fits me perfectly. I used to be a bingo dancer like you until I took a fucking arrow to the knee. Or it's probably, what should I say? I took a fucking eccy breaky to the knee. That's what I took. But, yeah, that's my story time of Anime Expo, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know I don't do these often. These are different from how I normally do. But if you want me to keep doing story time, I'll try to keep doing that. I want to thank you all for, like, sending all your love and prayers to me, you know, on Instagram, on JBZ94, which is my Instagram, and Twitter, because you guys have been really awesome. The knee is still hurt. I'm wearing a cast, but hopefully it'll heal sooner or later. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more of me, and you will get the D.